Hello, hello. My name is Angel, and I'm going to be leading you through a yoga class today. So I teach virtually, and I've had a lot of requests for a yoga flow / stretch class for those of you that work behind a computer all day. So grab your office chair or a chair and a couple blocks and a strap, and we are going to stretch with our chair, and then we're going to come onto the mat. So let's get ourselves grounded first. Get your feet about hip width distance apart. Lift up through the arches of the feet. Shrug the shoulders up to the ears a couple times. Roll them around. And then reverse. And relax and let the arms drape along the side. Your palms are facing forward. Knees are soft. Hips are soft. And bring your awareness to the belly button and close the eyes. Rotate your head around on its axis in one direction and gently reverse. And come back to stillness. We are going to sit in our chair. Make sure you have the feet locked on there. And sit down. So I have a balance ball chair, which is nice because you can kind of bounce around. But if you don't have one of those, that is totally fine. Get your feet grounded here, just like we did from standing. Bring your hands to your knees, and we're gonna work through some seated cat-cow. So you can do this at your desk. You can do this on the floor as well from your mat. Find a big breath in, and on the exhale, round back. And then inhale the heart forward. Exhale, round back. So from the side, just like a normal cat-cow, I'm tucking my tailbone under and coming into that cat, pressing the back of my heart back. Then I'm bringing my heart forward. Rounding back and forward. Let's do that 2 more times. And come back to stillness. Let's take our left ankle to the right knee. And sit up tall. So use that left hand to press the inside of that left knee down, but keep that left foot flexed. Keep pressing that knee down till you feel that nice stretch in through that left hip. We're sitting up tall, so you're still reaching up through the crown of your head and pressing that knee down. Now, if you're feeling good, stay here, or if you'd like a little bit more, you can breathe in tall, and you exhale, you hinge up the hips just a little bit. Notice that big external spiral with that left thigh spiraling open. Flex that left foot back. Come back up, gently release, and then you can kind of pedal through the heels right there. And let's switch sides. I'm looping my shoulders up and back, kind of like a little reset. So, right ankle, left knee, flex that foot, inhale to grow tall, and then exhale, hinge at the hips if you'd like. Take that right hand, press the inside of that right knee down. Oh, so good, and through that right hip. One more time. Come back up tall. Release, pedal through those heels. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Interlace the fingers up overhead and bring your chin towards your chest. So the arms are out of the peripheral vision. You're lifting up through the side body. So you're feeling the rib cage opening up like an accordion. You're rooting down with the sits bones and lifting up tall through the crown of your head. Keep those fingers interlaced as you bring them to the back of your head. Take those feet out a little bit wider. Inhale to grow tall, and then exhale to tip over towards your left side. You can gaze underneath of that right armpit. Now pull that left elbow forward just a little bit. Untwist back towards center. Back up. Breathe in to grow tall. On the exhale, you tip over towards the right side. Gaze under that left armpit. Pull that right elbow out from underneath of you. And release. Come back up tall. Sweep those arms up. Reach up tall. Breathe in. On your exhale, left hand to the right knee. Your right hand can come back behind you, or if you have a back on your chair, I took my right arm to the back of my chair, and I'm pressing to my left hand so I can lift up tall, and then the exhales twist me around a little bit more. Release, sweep the arms up. Exhale, twist towards the opposite side. Right hand, left knee. You can drape that left arm over the back of that chair if you'd like, or just bring it towards your hip. Hand back towards center. Sweep those arms out. And just a reminder, if you are not working in an office chair, you can do all of this from the floor as well. You can find your Sukhasana, your seat of honor. Reach those arms out. Spread the fingers wide. Your fingertips reach out. Palms face forward. Breathe in. Gather the energy. On the exhale, sweep that left arm around. Hook it back with the right arm. Now flex that left hand. Breathe in tall. Exhale, pull that left shoulder down and then gaze over the left shoulder. So you're feeling that left shoulder blade, that left scap, pull away from the spine, wrapping around. And the more that you flex the fingers in that left hand and you get taller with each inhale, nice stretch through the arms. Release, reach back out. Inhale, gather up the energy. Exhale, sweep that right arm across the chest. Flex the right hand, lift up tall, and exhale, gaze over the right shoulder. Come back forward, sweep those arms up once again, interlace. Man, circle the arms along the sides. Take your time to come into standing. I'm going to turn my chair around because we're going to use the back of it. So if your chair has a back onto it, just have the back of it facing towards you. We're going to find a nice stretch in through the legs. So hands come to the back of your chair. Walk yourself back so you can come into a nice flat back. And then bring your gaze, your drishti down towards the earth. Pull your head through. Keep those soft knees right here. Bend into that left knee and then straighten that right leg as you gaze underneath of that right armpit. Nice stretch in through the right hamstring and in through that right glute. Come back towards center, kind of shimmy through the knees. Now bend into the right knee, straighten that left leg, gaze underneath of that left armpit. Come back towards center, round up slowly. Walk up towards your chair. Now, depending on your flexibility, that figure 4 that we did from seated, you can do that from your chair as well. Just make sure if you have any opportunities with balance, you have a wall next to you. So I'm going to take my right leg onto the back of my chair, and then you can come here. So it does give a little bit of a lift depending on how tall your chair is, but that's always an option as well. Let's move that chair out of the way. And go ahead. Come into Sukhasana, your seat of honor. Now, if you've been sitting all day, maybe your hips are tight. If you need to lift the earth up to meet you, take your bum on top of a block and it gets those hips up above the knees, takes some of the pressure off of the knees, and everybody's really happy. So, just like we did from our chair, sweep those arms up, interlace the fingers up overhead. Wiggle those fingers up to the sky. Right hand, left knee, left arm comes back behind you. Release up towards the sky and switch. And right back up. Float those arms down. Grab your blocks. Now, if you don't have any blocks, that's totally fine. I'll show you a couple modifications without them. We're going to take that left shin and we're going to keep it parallel to the side or to the front of the mat, wherever you're at. So my left shin is parallel to the side of my mat. The inside of my right knee is down. So I have a big external spiral with my left thigh, left knee presses down. Inside of right knee is here. Flex those feet. So you might already be feeling a nice stretch in through those hips right here. Get those blocks handy over onto your left side. Sweep the arms up, breathe in. Exhale, right hand towards the left knee, but while you're here, really roll that right hip forward. So I want you to press to the inside of that right knee and feel that big stretch in through that right hip flexor and in through that right psoas. Right glute is rolling forward. So you're lifting up tall through the crown of your head. If you have some blocks there, come onto those blocks. Can you pull that right shoulder forward just as much as the left shoulder? If you have the flexibility, if you'd like to bring yourself all the way down, you can. But I want you to really press into that right shoulder. Roll that right hip forward. Get that big stretch right there. Let's stay here for 3, 2, 1. Walk yourself back up slowly. Bring those bricks with you in case you need them. We're going to come into deer, so sweep the arms up. Exhale, gather up the energy, reach yourself forward. So once again, you can come onto those Sphinx arms, you can come onto the blocks, you can bring your forehead down, but be mindful, both feet are flexing back, that big external spiral of that left thigh, the inside of that right knee is pressing down. Let's stay here for 3, 2, 1, come back up tall. Take your left hand back behind you. We're gonna roll onto the top of that left shin and onto that right knee. So sweep the hips up, lift that right arm back behind you. Bring it forward, reach back behind you, press those hips forward, roll down. One more time. So those hips press forward, that right arm reaches back behind you, and lower down. I've been doing this move a lot in my classes, and it's a really nice hip mobility exercise. So your hands can come back behind you, or you can find your little I Dream of Jeannie arms. But with the hands back behind you, we're gonna rotate those legs. Great, great hip mobility. So you're working on internal and external rotation through both hips. One more time. Come back towards center, lower the arms down. Let's swing those legs over towards the opposite side. Right shin parallel to the front of your mat. Inside of left knee is pressing down now. Grab those bricks, have them handy onto your right side. Sweep the arms up, inhale. Oh, exhale, over towards your right. Walk yourself down. Can you lead with that left shoulder? Can you square off the shoulders down towards the earth? Really roll that left hip forward, press into the inside of that left knee. Find those left psoas, that left hip flexor. One more time. Come back up, sweep the arms up, bring the energy into your heart as you dive forward into your deer pose. And come up slowly. We're gonna roll to the front of that right shin. So take that right hand down, sweep that left arm up, press those hips forward. Up and back. 2 more times. Sweep up and back. 1 more time. And lower down. Let's do that little hip mobility exercise. So I Dream of Jeannie arms, or the hands come back behind you. And then you just roll through those hips. Switch the direction, internal and external rotation. 1 more time. Oh, so good. Let's come on to hands and knees. Hips are stacked right above the knees. You have your shoulders right above the wrists. Let's find that nice stretch in through the wrists right here. So flip. So the fingertips face towards the back of your mat. If that's not available, let the fingertips reach to the sides, but you want the backs of your elbows shining up towards the top of your mat. Now you're probably feeling a really good stretch here through the wrist, so stay here. Or if you're wanting a little bit more, you press yourself back, press those palms down. That big stretch in through the wrists, in through the forearms. Come back down, release. Counter pose, backs of hands press down, fingertips still reach to the back of the mat, and then you press back just a little bit. Ooh. Come back up and stay right here. Swing that right leg around. Now, if you need those bricks, take those bricks to the inside of that right foot and bring both hands up to that right knee. The more that you have the left knee back behind you, you're going to get a really nice stretch for the left hip flexor and the left psoas, and it takes a little bit of pressure off of that left knee. So you decide what feels best for you. The right knee is in line with the right heel, and you're pressing the outside of that right knee towards the pinky toe side of your foot. Inhale the arms up. Reach for opposite elbows. Pull your heart forward. Let your head kind of rest into your arms. Exhale, reach up. Both hands to the inside of that right foot. Then the left hand stays planted. Sweep that right arm up. Reach it back behind you. up, and over. Keep the right hand planted and you press the inside of that right knee towards that right bicep as you sweep the left arm up and back. And we're gonna do that one more time, but we're gonna add on to it if it's available to you. Left hand stays planted, right arm sweeps up and back. Stay here, or maybe you want a little bit of a stretch in through that left quad. Bend the left knee, reach for that left foot, roll that right shoulder open. Keep pressing that right knee open for 3, 2, 1, and release. Lower down, right hand down, left arm sweeps up, back. Lower down, sweep the right leg back behind you. Press back into Balasana, child's pose. Full round of breath here. Inhale. Exhale, back up. Left leg comes forward. Both hands to the inside of that left foot. Right knee kind of wiggles back some. And roll both hands onto that left knee. Check in with the alignment of that left knee, tracking right behind that heel. Inhale the arms up. Reach for opposite elbows. Pull your heart forward. And release. Reach back up. Float those hands down. Right hand stays planted. Left arm reaches up and back. Roll back forward. Left hand stays planted. And we sweep the right arm up and back. Press the inside of that left knee towards that left bicep. Forward. One more time. Left arm up, back. Stay here or reach for that right foot. Bend that knee. Pull the heel in towards the bum and feel that stretching through the right quad as you gaze over that left shoulder. Gently release. And right arm up, back, and forward. Swing the leg back behind you. Press back into Balasana, child's pose. And stay there for a couple rounds of breath. We're going to come into our first Adho Mukha Svanasana, first downward facing dog. Come up slowly to your 4-point kneeling. The toes tuck under. Lift the knees up and then press yourself up and back. Heart reaches towards the tops of your thighs. Your fingers are spread wide. Now, if you've got those tight hamstrings, maybe you've been sitting all day, take the feet out wide and kind of rocks from side to side. And stay right here. Heart towards the tops of the thighs, soft knees. Look up in between the hands. Walk your hands back slowly towards your feet. Keep them wide. Inhale up halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale up halfway. Soft knees right here. On the exhale, walk those hands back out in front of you. Downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Come forward into a plank. You can always lower down to the knees if you need to. And then press up and back, downward facing dog. Then walk those feet, tiny steps to the top of your mat. Root to rise up halfway. Exhale, fold. Root, rise, reach up. Float the arms up and along the sides. Roll the shoulders up and back. Let's find that nice little mountain pose once again. So reach through the arches of your feet. Press down into the 4 corners. So the ball, behind the big toe mound, behind that pinky toe mound. Knees are soft, hips are soft. Sweep the arms up, interlace those fingers except for that pointer finger. Pull your head through. Notice that my knees are kind of pointing towards the top of my mat, so I'd rather you have really soft knees right here. Reach up, root to rise, inhale. Exhale, tip over towards your right. Gaze underneath that left armpit. Back up towards the sky. Reset, reach, and tip over towards the left. Back up, soft knees. Reach up. And then find cactus arms. Scoop those elbows under, gaze up, breathe out. Exhale, reach up. Find cactus arms, scoop the elbows under. Reach up. Last time, scoop them under. Reach up. And then this time, Circle the arms back behind you, interlace the fingers. If that's not available to you, reach for a yoga strap and you can hold on to that as well. Let those knuckles reach down towards the earth. Breathe in to grow tall and the gaze comes up. Exhale, hinge at the hips. Let the belly rest on top of the thighs. Let those arms come up off of the lower back. Let the crown of your head feel heavy here. Lower those hands down towards the sacrum. Inhale, sweep up into Utkatasana, chair pose. Big breath in. On the exhale, step that right foot back into a crescent lunge. Left knee is tracking over that left ankle. Can you lift up that right heel a little bit higher? Inhale, sweep the arms up, straighten both legs. Exhale, back into that crescent lunge. Inhale, reach up. Exhale down, arms are back. One more time. And exhale, down. Now, keep that left leg straight. Glue that right heel down. Sweep the arms up. Let's find a pyramid pose. So make sure you've got those hips squared off. Come down halfway. Nice big stretch for that left hamstring. Reach back up. Make sure you have those blocks handy in case you need them. Root to rise. Inhale. Exhale halfway. Now bow to yourself and fold over that left leg. Gaze up in between the hands. Take a big step forward to the top of your mat. Rise up, Utkatasana. Inhale that left leg back. Find your crescent lunge right here. Then inhale, straighten both legs. Sweep the arms up. Exhale, back down. Root to rise. One more time. Lift up. And then glue that back heel down. Keep that right leg straight. If you need to shorten your stance, that's fine. Press that left hip forward. Sweep the arms up. Exhale, half range of motion here. Nice big stretch for that right hamstring. Reach back up. We're going all the way. Lead with the heart. Bow to yourself. Fold over that right leg. And gaze up in between the hands. Big step with that left foot. And lift up halfway. Exhale. Utkatasana, chair pose. A little bit of internal rotation. Those pinkies are rolling in towards one another. Now sweep that right leg back. Crescent lunge. Step forward. Step back with the left foot. Finding just a little bit of heat. So keep alternating those legs, stepping back. We have 4, 3, last 2, last 1. Stay here, Utkatasana. Can you make sure you see all 10 toes back behind the knees? Ardha Utkatasana, so circle those arms around and then come down a little bit more. You want your belly maybe brushing up against the top of your thighs. Lower those hands all the way down towards the earth. Take your time to come onto your bum. If you need to walk the hands back behind you, that's fine. Hold on to the shins. Let's rock and roll up and down the spine. And then come into Navasana, boat pose. So you can reach for the backs of the legs if you'd like. You can keep those knees bent. Your heart's reaching towards the tops of your thighs. Let the bottoms of the feet come together. Baddha Konasana, bound angle pose. So, nice big stretch for those hips once again. Come up slowly. Grab a block. You may or may not need it, but I always want you to have it handy. Crisscross those hands. So I have opposite hands on to my feet. I'm not worried about how close your heels are to your groin right now, so make sure you're feeling comfy. Inhale to grow tall, and then exhale, come forward. Can you glue those elbows down into the earth in front of you? If you can't, grab that block in front of that left shin, and then glue that left elbow down. Sweep that right arm high to the sky, pull that left shoulder forward. Right arm reaches up. Can you feel that nice twist in through the abdomen and that stretch in through the lower back? Rotate so your palms pressing towards the back of the room, and then press the back of the hand onto your sacrum and Feel that big stretch in through the shoulder. Release, reach up, untwist. Opposite hands, opposite feet here. So I'll show you what it looks like with no brick. We straighten the arms, inhale, exhale, bend those elbows. Now can you glue the right elbow down towards the earth or towards your brick? Sweep the left arm up. Pull that right shoulder forward. Rotate that hand to the back of the room. Sweep it back behind you. Press the back of the hand onto the sacrum. Roll that shoulder open. Release. Reach back up. And come up tall. So just like we did on our seat, keep those hands onto the ankles. So I uncrossed my arms. Let's find a nice seated cat-cow here. Inhale the heart forward. Let the elbows press to the inside of the thighs, and the exhale round you back. Inhale the heart forward. Exhale, round back. One more time. And back. Sit up tall. Bent knees and flat feet. Option to roll onto the spine once again. So if you've got that happy cervical spine and you like to rock up and down the back, you can. Or the hands can walk down the backs of the legs. I like to rock and roll here. And come all the way down. Hug those knees in towards your chest. Let's find the happiest of babies. Happy babies, you can find peace finger and thumbs wrapping around the big toes with the knees pulling down towards the armpits, towards the earth. The soles of the feet stamp up towards the heavens. You can reach for the feet. You can even hook the arms back behind the knees. Find out what feels best for you, and then let that happy baby rock from side to side. So it's called happy baby for a reason. Babies, they reach for the feet and then they rock from side to side, and they are just happy and living their best life. So allow yourself to be happy and live your best life here in this pose. And then release. Hug those knees in towards your chest. Gently rock from side to side. Let the knees fall all the way over towards the left. Reach the arms out into a T. Now maybe you need a block. Lift the earth to meet you. You can take a block underneath of that left knee. You can find cactus arms. You can reach the arms out into a T. But can you pull that left shoulder out from underneath of you and bring the gaze over that right side? Bring the gaze back in line with the spine. Gently release, rock side to side. And let those knees fall all the way over towards the right. And then we repeat. Arms into a T or cactus arms. Pull the right shoulder out from underneath of you. Gaze over the left shoulder. The eyes can be softly closed. That's your drishti, your gaze. One more inhale. Last exhale. Hug those knees in. Now, from here, if you are experiencing any lower back pain coming into Shavasana with the legs extended, that may put too much pressure onto the lower back, or you start to find an anterior tilt with your pelvis. I love finding constructive rest. So constructive rest, feet are wide, and find a marble through the belly button. Tuck the tailbone under, curl your hips up just a little bit. So my bum's floating up off the earth just a few inches, and I'm rolling that marble to the bottom of my sternum. Lower back down, roll that marble to the top of your pubic bone. Do that a couple more times. And the reason that I want you to do that is because I want you to find a nice neutral pelvis so we can find a flat back. Then find stillness, marble in the belly button. The belly button pulls to the back of the body. Let those knees kiss at the top, the thighs zip up, and you press into the outer edges of your feet. Now that is constructive rest. That is a beautiful place to come to. Or you can always find your Shavasana. You can extend the legs down the length of the mat if that feels better to you. And take up a few moments here to take time to appreciate your practice and your body. And hopefully you can revisit this video and know that you can do a lot of those moves at your office chair and making sure that you move. A body in movement stays in movement. So whenever you're ready, we'll all meet in our comfortable seat. So Sukha is Sanskrit for ease. So this is your seat of ease, of comfort. Find that brick if you need to. Let your palms press together at heart center. Anjali Mudra. Loka Samosta Sukhino Bhavantu. May all beings everywhere attain happiness and freedom. that love and light within me, honors and sees the love and light within each one of you. As always, when you show up for me, you show up for yourselves, and that's all that matters. I bow my head in gratitude and say namaste. Thank you so much. If you enjoyed this video, please let me know. Give me a thumbs up. Give me some feedback. Give me a comment. I haven't done a YouTube video in a while, and I was anxious to get out here. So Cash wanted to come make his cameo today, and make sure you're moving. And if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. You gonna say hi to everybody? Come over here. Yeah, come over here. Look, right there. Thanks, everybody.